What's up, fuckers? Welcome back to the vlog. I know it's been probably about 9 months since my last video, so I kind of wanted to make this as a little explanation as to why I took a hiatus from YouTube. And so, on the back of this little sheet here, I wrote down basically all the months that have gone by and what's happened through them, kind of things going on in my life. And so we'll start with March. That's when the last video went out. You can watch that one here. That was the coilover install on the Veloster. Going through April and May, I lost interest in doing anything with the Veloster. I just didn't feel like putting any more money into it. I had started looking into other cars just because I kind of got bored with it. I had also noticed that there was the misfiring was happening again, and the warranty had already expired on this thing, and the other two blown engines, that's a good video for later, I could probably do. The other two blown engines, those were all covered under warranty, and those had started off with misfires as well. So it started misfiring again, and I was like, I don't want to put up with this, so I started looking into getting a new car. So I think it was around in May, me and Philbeck went up to Ohio, just across the border from Kentucky. It was probably about an hour, 45 minutes, 2-hour drive there, and went and test drove an FRS that had been wrecked and rebuilt. And that thing was in a lot worse condition than I thought it was going to be, based on the pictures and description. And when I got there, they had told us that it had also been in a fire, and that they had fixed that as well. So that was a no-go, and that was in the later part of May. So beginning around June, I had already started my internship for the summer at work, and I was making hella dough. And so I was starting to look at other cars, and going away from used ones, I started looking at newer ones from dealerships and stuff like that. So at the end of June, I ended up trading in the Veloster and getting a 2019 Toyota 86 manual. That's the good part. That was at the dealership here in Richmond. I didn't have to drive away to go look at it. I literally, on Friday, we went and had the Veloster's title changed into my name from my parents. I was driving around, saw the 86 at Toyota on Friday, and by Monday I bought it. I already got the loans secured and everything over the weekend. Went in, bought it. I did like a 60% down payment on it like that. That was after the trade-in from the Veloster. But I did a 60% down payment and then financed the rest for 3 years. So my car payment is so tiny and insignificant. But that's what I ended up buying. And then a week later, I instantly went on vacation for a week and a half and didn't even get to drive the car. So I bought this brand new car, didn't even get to drive it, which was kind of sad. But going back to actually buying it, this is kind of like when I was in my, I wouldn't want to say depressed, but it was like I didn't have motivation to really do anything. So that's why I didn't end up vlogging that whole situation of going to the dealership, buying the car, and all that stuff. It just wasn't in my head at the time, because I was so focused on getting the car. That happened at the end of June, and in July, on vacation, a week and a half after I bought the car, I already ordered an exhaust for it, the NVIDIA N1, which I didn't do an install video of that because that's when I was also still in the whole, like, no motivation to do videos or anything like that. And I think the whole reason that my my lack of motivation for videos on this car is because it's such a prevalent car, and there's already videos about this thing everywhere, over every single part that you could possibly imagine. So my idea was like, if I do want to grow and stuff, I don't see myself growing off of this car because people have already watched videos, thousands of videos on the exact same thing. It's not like I'm putting out anything unique or one-off from anyone else. So that's where my lack of videos and motivation is coming from. And then I started in August ordering more parts, and so I got some BC extreme low coilovers, and those are, I got them custom made for 12K spring rate. So those things are so much more stiff than those Megan Racings that I had for the Veloster, because I think those were like a 4K and a 6K, and then these BCs are 12K all around, and this car's lighter than the Veloster. So whenever you hit a bump, you fucking feel it in your spine and your whole body. But I got those. Ordered some Valenti sequential taillights. Those took like 2 months to get just because they were already on back order, and then the time to ship them to me. That was annoying. And then I went ahead and bought some 3-piece wheels. I got some videos on that. That was a whole rebuild process and everything, and mounting them on the car. I don't have any videos of them before I got them powder coated. So what it was is, I might have a picture of them. I'll put that up on the screen, but They were white faces before, and they were 18 by 7, no, they were 17 by 7 across, and it was a 5.5 inch barrel with a 1.5 inch lip. And so what I ended up doing was keeping the barrels, and I went ahead and bought a 4-inch lip. So I bought the 4-inch lip, making it a 9.5 inch wheel now. And then I went ahead and had the faces powder coated from white to like a charcoal gray, something like that, with some sparkle in it. Looks really good, and since I was rebuilding them anyways, new hardware, so I went ahead and got the gold hardware because they had come with silver, and I was going for the whole gold look because they had the gold and black center caps as well. So I wanted to do a charcoal gray face, gold hardware, gold center cap, polished lip, and then I ended up painting the barrels black on the inside just to hide any kind of brake dust or anything like that. And that's all in August. So through September, I didn't have anything going on other than parts coming in. I had already installed the coils, taillights were still coming from the manufacturer, and the wheels were still in the process of being rebuilt. October came around, went to Slammed Enough Gatlinburg. That was freaking awesome. So we went down Thursday night and came back Monday evening. We ended up getting a cabin, me, Dylan, Austin, and Cody. That was a pretty sick trip. That was the first time we've ever actually stayed more than 2 days, because normally whenever we go to these car events, we go down the night before, stay the night, all day next day, stay the night, and then last day of the show is Sunday or whenever it is. And so we'll end up going to the show and then leaving and coming home from there. This one we actually got there a day before it even started and then left a day after, so that was pretty sick. But all while that was going on, I got the rest of the pieces in for my wheels, and my taillights came in, so that was pretty sick. I've got a video installing those. That was probably the easiest install that I've ever done, and I wish every single thing was exactly like that. It literally took me like 30-45 minutes maybe, and that's probably just because the little wrench that I had, I didn't actually have a socket small, or no, I think I had a wrench, but it wasn't the correct size. I think it was like an 8mm or something. The nut was an 8mm, and I needed an 8mm close wrench or socket, something like that, but my smallest one was a 9, so I ended up failing at that. But I've got a video that I'll post. I think that'll go up after this video will probably be the taillights, and then after that it will be the process of rebuilding the wheels. I have some footage from the exhaust install, but I don't really want to post that. It's not good footage. I mean, it's boring to say the least, so I'm just going to save that. The wheels ended up being so aggressive that I had to order some more suspension components in order to fit them. I didn't film any of that process yet, but I got every single, I didn't film any of that process. I have every single piece of suspension you can think of, basically. So I have the lower control arms now in the rear. So the rear lower control arms, the rear toe arms, front lower control arms, and front tie rods. And these are all the adjustable option. And so what it was, I ended up having negative 14 degrees of camber in the rear. And so in the front, I'm trying to match that because the wheels stick out so fucking far. That's how much it is, just the fender lip, negative 14. The front I'm having issues with on the control arm. It's just pushing the hub outward. It's not actually wanting to pivot like this. So it's just pushing it out rather than pivoting. And it's also pushing it forward in the wheel well with too much caster, so I can't even get the wheel on. But you can tell just by looking at it that it doesn't camber it. So I have to figure out what's going on there, because they're the stance version. And I've talked to people on Instagram, and they're saying that I should at least be able to get between negative 10 and negative 13 out of just those arms. But right now I can't get anything out of it, and I don't understand why. So I need to do some more research, or call Racer X, who's a manufacturer of them, and ask them what the hell's going on. Because I looked at their installation sheet that they have online, and that didn't help whatsoever. So that's where I'm stuck right now. I went ahead and put all the control arms and stuff, all the settings back to stock settings. So all the parts are on there, they're just at stock sizes and stuff like that, just so I have them on there. And then when spring comes around, that's when I'm hoping to actually get into figuring out the problem and trying to fit these wheels. If they don't work out like I want to, if I can't get the control arms to do anything or whatever, if they're just fucked, then I'm going to rebuild the wheels again and just go with an inch smaller lip. So I wouldn't have negative 14 degrees of camber anymore. I'd probably be rocking around like negative 4 to negative 6 all the way around, which, I mean, it would look decent. Not as much as, I mean, the 14 looked freaking cool, I'm going to be honest. It looks so sick, but it's not practical for around here. Roads are absolute shit, and I'm just gonna go through tires so freaking fast. That's all it is. But with a -4, -6, something like that, it actually becomes practical. It's something that I can actually do in daily around. Because you have to think, this is my only car, this 86. I don't have a daily. I could buy a shitty daily like that, but I don't have anywhere to store my car. I don't want to end up buying like a little storage unit and just putting it there for the winter or anything. But like I don't have a place to work on my car and just leave it there and come back to it the next day. I don't have any place like that. So it's kind of hard to be doing extreme stuff like this when I don't have a second car or anywhere to hold my car. So that's where I'm at right now. But I just want to give an update to you guys on what's going on. I plan to upload more, and I think I've got this video right now. I've got the taillight installation. I've got 2 or 3 videos, I think, about doing the wheels, like rebuilding them and test fitting them and showing them stuff like that. And then I didn't film anything for the control arms and stuff, but I'm hoping once spring comes around I can film more of that, because I want to start making more videos. And I need to do a video on how much everything costs for the Veloster. I still haven't done that. And then I also need to make a video on what the hell happened to the Veloster while I owned it, like everything, the history of it and what all it went through. And then I could do that, keep this new topic in that video, or I can make a separate video on where the Veloster is right now and what's going on with it, because it's still around town, even though that was almost it's just now 5 months. So that was 5 months ago that I got rid of the car, but it's still in town. It's not the same dealership, but it's still in town. I can make a video on that if you guys want me to. I just want to give a little update on what my status was, because I got a lot of things going on in life, and I just haven't had the motivation to do any videos. And I know I haven't done any videos in my room, but I'm not at my house. I moved out. I moved in with Dylan. That happened about a week and a half ago, something like that. So I'm now in an apartment, completely moved out on my own, paying rent. This place doesn't have a garage. It's just a bunch of apartments all attached to each other. So I don't have a garage. Car has to park and sit outside still. And the entrance to get in this place is god awful. I used to tink my exhaust on it whenever I had the rear end lowered, and trying to fit the wheels and stuff. I had raised the car, and it's still raised, but I don't hit my exhaust anymore. But still, it's gonna be horrible to get into with -14 degrees of camber. That's the one thing that I'm kind of dreading if I actually do that, is trying to get into this place. Let me show you guys one of my roommates, because I now have 2. One's a person and one's an animal. So here's this. Let me hold on. Oh, look at the big boy. He's a big boy. Look at him. This is Tiger. Call him Big Chongus. Okay, he's not gonna talk. I don't know what the hell he's looking at. This is my roommate. He's got some solid pudge right here. He's about a good 20 pounds. He's a chonk. This is one of the roommates though. He sleeps in my bed now. Completely bothers me. I'm allergic to cats, by the way, but I still love cats. So he's gonna stay here. Yes, he is. What the fuck are you looking at? Okay, whatever. He's being weird. Since it's my apartment, I want to start decorating it with stuff, because I already have some pictures and things up, but like Bill and I have started to do canvases of our car. What am I, fucking Northeastern? Yeah, I started doing canvases of our car, and they're just pencil drawings right now. So I'm gonna show you guys what it is. Shit. That's how it looks so far. I haven't tried the wheels yet, because I know I'm gonna fuck those things up so hard. But this is where I'm at right now. And I'm thinking at the top up here, I kind of want to do like all the brands that I have. So I want to do the NVIDIA logo, work logo, the control arms, the racer X, the Valenti taillight stuff, things like that. And then eventually, because I want bride seats, I'm going to do the bride logo up there. Oh my god, it's going to look so good. That's what I'm going to do. Big old mountains in the back, and then where the clouds would be is where all these logos are going to be up here. And then I can't decide if I want to do like some kind of pastel on it or actually paint it. But that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, this was just a quick little update video on where I've been for the past 8 months and where everything's at right now. But yeah, I guess I'd see. I don't know if I'm gonna have a schedule or anything like that, because there's no way for me to get a lot of content other than, I guess, Philbeck's new vehicle that he bought. We get more content that way, or helping out Dylan, stuff like that. But my content's probably gonna be pretty limited, just because it's coming winter now. It's November right now, and you got December, January, February. We don't get the horrible weather until like late January, early February. But still, it goes on quite a while. So it won't be until like March, end of March, and into April until I'll be filming again. Probably. Actually, filming my car and stuff like that. Now, Philbeck's vehicle they just bought, on the other hand, that can probably, a lot of filming might be done on that in the coming weeks, months, something like that, because he can park the GTO, and then the new vehicle he can take out to his dad's and work on it there, just like he did building his car earlier, last winter. So that's probably where the content's going to be from. But yeah, I want to start making 86 videos. I went from a Veloster to an 86, so boom. Gonna make playlist on the Veloster installs, and I'll do a playlist for the 86 installs, and I want to see what you guys think about it, just because I know most of my content right now was Veloster, or all of my content was a Veloster things, and I'm pretty sure that most of the subscribers are here for Veloster content, because I saw some of the comments saying that they looked up to my build and thought it was really cool, and they were looking at it for inspiration, things like that. I kind of felt bad getting rid of it and just going straight to an 86, because then, I mean, what are they going to look at now? The car's gone. I didn't do anything more to it, so the videos are all I have to inspire them. I'm hoping I don't lose any of the Veloster guys, because I'm hoping the personality. I know I seem really boring on camera, and let me tell you, when the camera's off, I'm like the exact opposite. I'm super freaking goofy and nerdy, but when the camera's on, I'm kind of awkward. Try to be professional but awkward at the same. What the fuck is going on with the... Okay, yeah. But when the camera's on, I try to be like this mix of professional and just calm, but it turns into awkward and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm hoping throughout these later videos the personality gets a lot better, and that's what people stay for rather than the content. Like, of course I want people to be here for the content, but I also want them to be here because of me, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to sell myself too, not just the content that I make about the car. But yeah, I'm hoping none of you Veloster people leave. I have you in my hearts. I love you guys. Peace.